In this video, we're going to be unboxing and assembling the Core-5 from Ride1UP. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back. This is Nelson with the E-RYDERS channel. Thanks for coming back. And today we're unboxing the Core-5 from Ride1UP. Let's go ahead and check it out. This is how it's packaged. We got some looks like styrofoam wrapping, some ties, some plastic, some cardboard. Yeah, well, we do have a nice big hole in the bottom right hand corner of the box, but nothing major. Really light bike. It's a street bike, so it's not that heavy. Definitely want to give a thanks and shout out to Ride1UP for sending this bike out to us for review. Now today is just an unboxing and an assembly. We'll have a review video sometime down the road, hopefully within a week or two. Alright, we've taken out all the boxes, boxes that have accessories and components and parts in it. And one of the parts is a crank. Now most bikes are 90-95% already assembled. This is more like 85% assembled, so a little bit more work to do on this bike. Now, of course, we're going to speed this up, do a little movie magic, and speed it up for you so you don't have to watch the whole thing. And we'll just clip away at it. Alright, now that we got all the styrofoam and ties cut off and put away, we're going to go grab the boxes that the bike came with, which has some components and other parts and stuff that we're going to put on. So let's check them out. And this one is says small parts box. And this one has the pedals, the left and right pedal. And looks like we have some reflectors along with the manual. And this box has the charger. We will be charging the battery before we start putting the bike together. That way it'll start charging and hopefully be ready by the time we're done. And then this box has a gift. It's a little beanie wool cap. Very nice, very nice. It says Ride1UP on it. We have a Ride1UP Allen wrench tool set. And some cards. Alright, so laid out in front of you, in front of the bike on the floor, is pretty much all the parts and pieces. And we're going to start by getting the battery out, but we got to get the keys. The keys are attached to the handlebars, so we'll take the keys off. Alright, just put the key in the keyhole and give it a little turn, and it'll click and pop out the one side of the battery, and then you can just pull it right out. The one thing about this Core-5 Ride1UP, it's sleek. I mean, that battery, when it sits in there, you almost don't know it's an e-bike. I mean, it's so sleek in design. And the battery, it's all one solid color that matches the bike. Very nice. We're going to charge this up right now. Alright, so we're going to take off the screw, the very top part of the head. But we're going to need the spacers. So we're going to take the spacers off. You can pretty much leave that down there because that's where it's going to go, but I'm going to pull it off and show you what it looks like. There's a few pieces that come with it too. So that's going to be down there at the bottom. At first I thought that was broken, but it's really not. It just comes that way, so it's flexible, so it can, you know, adjust the size around the tube, the head tube. And it's just a little O-ring. Again, that's just what they look like. And we already took off the bracket from the stem. It's being held by 4 screws. We're going to put the bracket back on for the handlebars. So there's the bracket. We'll put the screws back in there. We'll just hand tighten it just for now. We'll tighten it back up once we get the wheel on, because we'll adjust it later. Now we're going to screw the top of the head there right above the stem. Get that nice and tight. Now if it still feels loose, if you take the handlebars and it still feels loose, on the side you'll see some more side screws. That's so, you know, the swiveling, tighten those down. Now for the tire, just take the protective axle caps off. Loosen up each side of the axle. Just give it enough space to where the bottom of the forks will just sit right in between. But you're going to have to line up the rotor between the disc brakes, the pads. And just let it fall right on in there. And just tighten it back up. Yeah, just tighten it real good with a wrench when you're ready. And then we're going to put on the crank. Obviously it's going to go on opposite direction that the other side is on. And so one's up, the other one's going to be straight down. So it's easy to measure. But it'll line up also with the shaft that goes through there. And put the screw in there and tighten it down real tight. Now this is really important because it has to be pretty tight. Definitely don't slack on this. Make sure you got it nice and tight. Alright, that should be good enough. Yeah, right there. Alright, now to put the chain on, go ahead and give the derailleur, the bottom part of the derailleur, push it forward, give it some slack on the chain, and then just wrap the chain around the teeth of the crank. And spin it just to make sure everything's working and seated in the cog correctly. Now put the pedals on, again left and right. Of course, when you put the right one in, it's going to be clockwise. And to start off, you can just use your fingers. And there's enough space in there just to start it off without the tool. Of course, once you get it as far as you can do it manually, you'll take the wrench and you'll tighten it all the way down. And now for the left side, when it comes to the left side, you're going to have to screw that one on a little differently. It's counterclockwise actually. Again, don't forget to tighten those up. And then go ahead and measure the handlebars out. Get it adjusted the way you want it. Tighten up the bracket up front to your desired angle. Now we do this because it's hard to figure out the angle you want it on without the tire. So you put the tire on first, not first, but you put the handlebars on just loosely. Put the tire on. Once the tire's on, then you can go ahead and tighten and adjust the handlebars. So now we want to put air in a tire because, believe it or not, this bike came with no air at all in the tires. Some bikes will have 10, 12, 15 psi. This had no air. All right, so now we're done with the charging. So we're gonna put the battery back in. Click it in. You can take the key out and put it in your pocket. And that's it. You're ready for riding. And that's the Ride1UP Core-5. So beautiful color, blue. As you can see, they have other colors on their website. This is the Ride1UP website. They got, currently it's $1,145. So check out their website. It'll be listed down below in the description. And this is Nelson. Thank you for watching the channel. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below in the comment section on the channel. And again, please like and subscribe, and we will talk to you later in a future video.